Welcome to NCSS Here for You. Since 1958, Northwestern Counseling and Support Services has been providing access to high-quality services which promote healthy living and emotional well-being to the residents of Franklin and Grand Isle counties. Over the years, as the needs of the community have changed, so too have the programs and services that we make available to assist children, adolescents, adults, families, and seniors. We take our role in the community seriously and strive to provide the highest quality services. According to Eric Erickson, a noted developmental psychologist, every person must pass through a series of 8 interrelated stages over the entire life cycle. NCSS provides a continuum of services to meet the needs of individuals who at any point seek assistance. NCSS's purpose is creating a stronger community, one person at a time. Now, let's get to today's show. I'm Joe Halko, Director of Community Relations for Northwestern Counseling and Support Services, and welcome to another episode of NCSS Here for You. This month's broadcast is a remote broadcast coming to you from the Collins Purley Sports and Fitness Center in St. Albans, and today we're celebrating autism awareness with the second annual Autism Walk of Northwestern Vermont. NCSS has provided autism services for nearly a decade, and actually NCSS back in 2010 received a perfect score from CARF, an accrediting body that is an international organization that found our program for not only children but adults with autism was spectacular. So today we're here for the second annual walk, and as part of that walk, there's many other activities that young people can get involved with as well, such as a sensory station, we have face painting, we have a music station, there's bowling, and I believe I said face painting as well. So it's a great day to raise awareness for autism here in St. Albans and Franklin County, and we'll be back in just a moment. Right now, I'm with Pat Smith, who is a team leader for the taeA program, which is the program for adaptive and expressive arts here at NCSS. Pat, welcome, and if you could just share some of the things that we have going on here today for the children.
Sure, thanks, Joe. The taeA is the arts program at Northwest Counseling, and we cover a variety of different activities for people. And what we have right here is our original focus, which was music. We do have a handbell choir, we do group and one-on-one music with people. Moving a little further down, can I walk this way?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, just like Aerosmith, right? You're going to go over here. One of the other activities that we focus on is communication. We have a display here. More
a little closer to the mic.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, that's
I'm always a little funny about that. I never know what the reach is. Okay. So, yeah, speaking of communication, the microphone. Right. Okay. We have a display here of some adaptive communication devices. We have mechanical devices that help people who have communication difficulty let us know what they're thinking, what they're feeling, what their needs are. We also do American Sign Language. So moving further down here, we also do sensory integration. So we have some examples here of different activities we do for sensory integration. We have some tactile stuff, particularly we see the kids are having fun with the shaving cream and the big bubbles. Again, all activities to get people's bodies involved. Okay, finally, this is more of the sensory. But the final thing I want to really let people know about right now is Camp Rainbow. Camp Rainbow is a day camp that we have run for the last, I think it's 8 years. We run a one-week program for adults. This year, that's going to be the week after the 4th of July. And then we work a 5-week Friday program for children. This is all at Georgia Beach. So this has been going on for like 8 years, and a lot of these activities and some others would be going on at that time. So hopefully that will help people learn a little more about taeA. Thank you, Joe.
Okay, thank you very much, Pat, and we'll be back in just a moment with more on our second annual Autism Walk. And right now I'm here with two individuals who serve on the committee as volunteers, and they are, to my immediate left is Sarah Moll, who is the parent of a child with autism, and to my far left is Cheryl Underwood, who has an adult child also with autism. I'd like to welcome both of you here today to the walk, and thank you for all your help on the committee as well. Sarah is the one who actually first contacted us and said, you know, it appears that there is a hole in your awareness programming, and that is the fact that there's no autism walk in this part of the state. So with that being said, here we are 2 years later with our second annual walk, and it's really all because of Sarah and the fact that she made us aware of something that we probably should have been aware of before we heard from her. So I want to thank her for bringing it to our attention, and it's certainly a terrific day each year. Now, Cheryl, as I have already said, is the parent of an adult child with autism, and Cheryl, again, welcome today.
Thank you, Joe. Thanks.
Now, can you tell me, having an adult child with autism, just what that is like sort of on a day-to-day basis and dealing with that?
Actually, he's doing really well at this point, and CSS has been wonderful in giving supports to him when he was a child, and he's really thriving in the community.
Okay, well, I want to thank both Sarah and Cheryl for being with us today on this beautiful day, second annual Autism Walk from the Collins Pearly Sports and Fitness Center.
Make sure you come see me after.
I want to thank you, Joe, for getting it going after bringing attention to it.
Oh, well, thank you. Okay, we're back at the Collins Pearly Sports and Fitness Center, and I have with me now Ashley Cosgrove, and Ashley is the team leader for our Applied Behavioral Services program at NCSS. And Ashley, if you could just explain some of what your team does.
Absolutely. So our team specializes in providing applied behavioral analysis services to children with autism and other developmental disabilities. We work in both the home setting and community settings with children of all ages throughout Franklin and Grand Isle counties. And really what we do is we really specialize in using evidence-based procedures that are focused in ABA. And that can be anything from teaching children how to communicate, learning different life skills, to also writing behavior plans to reduce maybe some less desirable behaviors.
Okay, well, thank you, Ashley, and thank you for being here today and for all the great work that your team does throughout the year at NCSS. With me now, I'm happy to say that we have Miss Vermont International 2015, Carly Faraday. And Carly's platform this year to become Miss Vermont International is autism awareness. So it's really great to have her here today. And Carly, with that being said, if you could explain a little bit about your platform, that'd be great.
Definitely. I am Carly Faraday, and my platform is Autism Awareness, which I spread autism awareness across the state of Vermont. I have a younger brother who was diagnosed with autism. His name is Christopher, and he was diagnosed with autism when he was about 2 years old. He is now 10 years old, so he's come definitely a long way. As many people know, in the state of Vermont, it's always hard to get services here in Vermont, and we've been trying and trying and trying, and he's come such a long way so far, so we just keep going for it. I chose autism as my platform because it's very close to my heart. I have a younger brother who was diagnosed, and I just want to get the word out there and spread awareness. In our pageant, the community service is a huge part of our pageant system, and it's 40% of our score for when I go to nationals in July to compete for Miss International 2015. And what I've done so far is I am a volunteer at the Stern Center. I work with two groups of kids that are diagnosed with autism. One's a boy group, the other is a girl group, and they love me all the time when I go there every Tuesday. And I've also volunteered at the Vermont State House for Autism Awareness Day that happened in, I believe, at the beginning of April, because April was Autism Awareness Month. and now I'm here at this event, and I'm happy to be here.
Okay, Carly, well, thank you very much for being here. We really appreciate it, and best of luck to you as you continue to move forward.
Thank you.
And we'll be back in just a moment. Now I'm with Eric Jessamine, and Eric has a very interesting story. In fact, last year, Eric kayaked 500 miles to raise autism awareness, and he was very generous in that he donated funds to not only NCSS autism program, but to the SOAR Learning Center as well. So Eric, I want to welcome you today, and I understand that you have another adventure planned for this summer.
Yes, we're planning on doing the trip again this summer. We'll be leaving Buffalo in mid-July and ending up on Lake Champlain at the northern end in mid-August. And we really would love to see if some people could come along and join us for part of the trip, any part of the trip. It's a wonderful experience. And it wasn't only raising funds, it was raising awareness, meeting people, and being able to hand out information and help them along their way to get help for their children or relatives who had this problem.
Well, Eric, I can only say that I can remember last year when I heard that you were doing this and how fascinating it was. And then, of course, when it all culminated, the fact that you were able to accomplish this. And you're absolutely right. First and foremost, it's raising the awareness of autism, because I think that's something that, and I just talked to someone just a moment ago here who said until about a year ago, they really didn't have a sense at all what this autism was all about. And now they have a much greater understanding and a foundation, and they can appreciate these types of events as today, like today brings, where it helps to just raise the general awareness about autism.
Yes, autism was a word that to me didn't mean much 5 years ago. And then we found out my grandson has it. Now we're looking at the part that my daughter, who's 44 years old, might be suffering from autism. So this was a learning process for us, and also we could disseminate a lot of that to other people. And we found groups all across New York State and up into Vermont, and getting them together was so important.
Well, Eric, once again, I want to thank you for being here today. I also want to thank you for all you're doing to raise awareness of autism, and certainly for the donations that you've made to our organization as well. I want to thank you again.
We would like to thank NCSS and SOAR for the help it's giving to my family, my daughter and my son. Thank you.
Okay, Eric. Well, thank you very much. So we're back here at the Collins Purley Sports and Fitness Center for the end of the second annual Autism Walk of Northwestern Vermont. It's been a terrific day. The weather cooperated, had over 200 people involved in participating in this event for the second year. And you've heard from a lot of individuals today from various perspectives on the importance of the autism services that NCSS provides. NCSS provides services to both Franklin and Grand Isle counties, and we do that each and every day of the year. So with that being said, you can log on to ncssinc.org to learn more about not only these programs, but all of the programs and services that NCSS makes available. I want to thank you, the viewer, for being with us again this month, and I look forward to spending next month with you again. I'm Joe Halko, and I'll be back next month with another episode of NCSS Here for You. This has been another episode of NCSS Here for You. We hope that you found today's discussion informative and educational. Since 1958, Northwestern Counseling and Support Services has been providing access to high-quality services which promote healthy living and emotional well-being to the residents of Franklin and Grand Isle counties. Over the years, as the needs of the community have changed, so too have the programs and services that we make available to assist children, adolescents, adults, families, and seniors. Thanks once again for tuning in this month. NCSS's purpose remains creating a stronger community, one person at a time.